Little baby,
What?
did I tell you not to buy repacks before?
I really want to see what's inside.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you one time we spent money on a repack because this is not official Pokemon. You want to show them what an official Pokemon pack looks like? That's an official Silver Tempest Pokemon pack. This is a repack. All right, you can look inside. Let's see.
Did you open it?
We just wasted money. Okay, now it's open. This is what's in the repack. It's never went off camera. Okay? Let's take a look. This is why you don't open Pokemon repacks, because you're going to feel bad. There's going to be crap in the pack. Okay, something crappy. Let's see what else. Oh, look, something else crappy. It's all from sets nobody cares about. Okay, Lapras.
That's a sweet
Condor. Something else is crappy. Oh, is that nice? Oh, it's some fake foil. Rufflet. Okay. Copycat. EV. And complete crap. Was that good?
That's funny.
That's your one time. All right, we're not wasting money like that ever again, okay?
Okay, once I saw a golden thing inside here.
Well, you didn't this time. It's bad. All right, bye. Say bye.
Bye.
All right. Welcome to FaBled Hunters.
I'm Yuanji,
I'm Saint.
and today Saint's gonna open some stuff, and
We're gonna open some stuff.
I'm here in the comforts of my home.
Yes, with the Aria. What is it? The
The
Porsche
Corsham in the background.
Yeah. So we're definitely gonna open up Rosetta because right now it's still the end of spoiler season, right about pre-release
Yeah.
when we're recording this. And we want this to hit right around pre-release season so that we can have folks enjoy opening and also, be encouraged to go out there and support this Rosetta pre-release season.
Yeah.
However, the viewers, they see the Verdance playmat. There's also, I just want to give a special thank you and a shout out to LSS Organized Play for the extra swag. The Meeps playmat, which I don't like as much as the Verdance playmat. The Meeps are for furries. Verdance is appealing to real men. And let's see, we've got nice little tote bag for like a trip to Whole Foods.
You know, I have a funny story from the world premiere. I think people were selling. They make like in the token slot they have like the art cards where you can like put like a 3x3 together and you get like a binder page like full art copy of the heroes. I think some entrepreneurial fellow was going around the hall and collecting the art cards, and I think he was selling like the art card that just has like a zoom in of like Verdance's feet for like $10 each.
Yes,
And they were selling.
Aurora's butt too.
Yeah, they were selling.
Well, good for him. Good for him. I'm happy for entrepreneurship. So, we got some promos. So, thank you very much. And what else? Oh, special shout out to FaBoundary. Gentleman from FaBoundary is just like, hey, really appreciate FaBled Hunters. Here you go.
Nice.
Yep. So, got a little resource token.
Yeah.
That's cool. And what else? The rest was not from LSS, although LSS made these. I have one pack of Judge 5. Maybe you and I will open up Judge 1 to 5.
Yeah. I heard Judge 5 is not as impressive as Judges 1 through 4.
Yeah, that's what we're hearing. Art of War. These are almost 1,000 each. And Arclight Sentinel. These are two of your callouts. Unfortunately, these got banned, and now they're worth about a third of the price.
Yes.
I made the deal about, 60 days before a video dropped, and 50 days before the actual banning.
Yeah.
And it sucks. But regardless, we got a job to do. We got 2 boxes of Rosetta.
Nice.
Yuanji, you will advise. I'm just gonna go. Actually, we're gonna go left Twix, right Twix. I'm gonna, review about 3 packs worth of commons, maximum 3, because I can't stand myself after. Life's too short to look at commons.
Yeah, Rosetta is kind of interesting. I'll just give some background as you're going through it for like the player side, where I think that Rosetta, so heavy hitters, I think was like the first set recently that they tried to bring a lot of the older sleeves and semi-rigids. They were trying to bring back a lot of like the older classes and the heroes of that class back into relevance, right? So you have, like I think Hatchet's Dorinthia was pretty playable when heavy hitters first came out. But I think in Rosetta they've done maybe a better job even than heavy hitters of printing a lot of cards that are, going to be good for the new heroes, but then also really powerful for the existing heroes of that class.
Yep.
And so like a lot of those cards are going to be in the common slot. I thought that they did a pretty good job overall.
Okay. Seems nice. Vantage point and count your blessings as the rares.
Mm-hmm.
Strength of the Four Seasons. That's really beautiful. I just got to say the artwork there with the Four Seasons
Yeah.
and the foiling. I'm just getting the camera. Yeah, that's nice. Sanctuary of Aria. I still don't kind of know what that does, and you don't have to explain it to me because I don't know if I'm going to play this set.
Yeah, it's just like it's just like a thing that you can use in draft or sealed to help you deal with arcane damage.
Oh, it's like an extra way, like an aura that just default shows up at the beginning
Yeah,
for you
exactly.
to use. Because macro just sounds intimidating. It's like that's like programming language. Got a sigil sanctuary and a condemned to slaughter.
Yep.
Okay, nothing special about those.
No.
What? Okay, and then we'll turbo it after this third pack of commons. Slow going through the commons. Ooh, blossoming decay, really great art. Wow.
Yeah.
Second strike. Oh man, harvest season looks nice. It all looks nice. I mean, it really looks like a combination of Tales of Aria meets Arcane Rising. People want to say Tales of Aria 2.0, but I say that I see a lot of traces of Arcane Rising within this set.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I think a lot of the class cards have that Arcane Rising more like grittier feel, right?
Mhm.
And then a lot of the element cards have that, like vibrant, colorful, like Tales of Aria feel.
I pulled an Earth form. See the 3, 4. If it's red pitch,
Yeah.
presumably 7. When this hits, create embodiment of Earth.
Yeah.
That's extra value, right? 3 for 7 standard is already
Yeah, it's
regular.
pretty good in like Verdance and Limited because
Yep.
all of the wizard like non-attack actions block 3, so it's just like build your own sync belows.
Yep.
I
Yep.
had I had a moment at the world premiere where I created an Earth embodiment, and then there's a Majestic in the set. It's like a 3 cost 10 power, 10
Hmm.
block, but when you block or attack with it,
No, we just did a legendary.
oh, which
Ooh,
legendary?
ooh, ooh. What? Arcanite Fortress.
Nice.
Extended
Ooh,
art. Call
and
foil.
cold foil. Yeah,
My God, this is great. I'm
I
a
want
good guy too.
I wonder when they're gonna finish out like the Arcanite set. We were unsure, I guess, if Arcanite Skullcap was ever going to come back in prominence, but I think this chess piece is actually quite good. Incentivizes you to play Arcanite Skullcap.
Because you get to use it twice for arcane damage and for
Yeah,
regular
yeah,
defense through
yeah,
the barbed wire.
exactly. Yeah, you get to
Okay.
block. You get to block 2, and then you get to do the spell void.
By the way, burn up and shock. This card seemed to be really big. Like they were saying that in the first calling, because I watched this card. I don't understand how split cards work. Do they both work or
Yeah, so you can do one or both, and then depending on how many sides you pick, you have to pay that cost that many times.
okay?
So that one
But if
costs
it's
0, so
zero,
you
you just
just play both
automatically
sides.
pick
Yeah,
both.
but you could play it as an instant if you wanted to on your opponent's turn.
Understood. Understood. Attack you control. So this is 5 for 0, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Is
super strong card. It also works with your weapon attack. So when an Aurora attacks with her weapon for 2 go again, then people also have to block that out.
that is crazy. Such a strong card, my lord. But 0 for 5. I mean, are people like up in arms and complaining about power creep or anything like that yet? Or
Yeah,
they're just
it's kind of interesting because I think when MST first came out, it was pretty obvious that some of the heroes were pretty strong. Actually, it's pretty funny because I think when MST came out, everyone thought the Zen was the worst one out of the 3. Ooh, nice.
like, yeah.
But I think that Rosetta, the heroes are also pretty strong, and the cards themselves, some of the cards that they printed are very strong. But I think it's a little bit less obvious, like what's OP.
Really?
Yep.
That's up.
Yep.
Have we mentioned that I think we have, that the cracked bubble is less cracked. It's going back in time. It
Yeah,
feels
yeah.
like it's uncracked. I don't know what that's about, but it feels like it's the first time we're uncracking the bobble here. So,
Yeah,
but
there were some fan theories that I saw swirling about where the cracked bauble token in each set kind of marks like what point in the timeline we're in.
yeah.
So Welcome to Wraith, I think it's like the least cracked, right?
Yep.
Um,
Exploded.
yeah, and then so as we go on, oh, that's a high value card, Saint.
It's just her foot. It's only her foot. It's not her butt.
Oh, okay.
I thought the booty was the big card. The big hit was the big booty. What was it? It was the what's her name? Aurora
Yeah,
booty. It's so crazy what people are crazy about.
yeah,
Earth form again. I think I like this card. Splintering Deadwood is the other rare,
yeah.
and Arcane Polarity doesn't seem that good. Is it 3 or 4? If it is Arcane Polarity 3 or 4 in red pitch? Is that why I'm
No,
looking
no,
at the?
Arcane Polarity is 1 and 4. All of them are 1 on the front end, and then they just have different values on the back end.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Does it become 2, 3, 4
Yeah, yeah. The red one heals you 4 if you've taken arcane damage.
if you've been dealt arcane
Yeah,
damage?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. So far, so good. This box is a good box. Well, it's a free box. Condemned to Slaughter and Glyph Overlay are the rares.
Yeah,
Triple
glyph overlay pretty strong with Ocilio.
excess number of permanent sigil. Oh, sigil.
Yeah, so
One.
you want to play like a couple sigils. He has some synergy with sigils,
Mhm.
and then you get to put him back in your deck and reuse him.
That's the Acilio art. That's part of
Nice.
Acilio. So I don't know. I don't know if the 9 piece things will be collectible, but you know, it's still cool to have. I mean, what are you gonna do? Have tokens all the live long day, right?
I think I think one of the cool things that they did with the set to talk about something like that, like the 3x3, the 9 art, as well as they have like a Rosetta, I think like product art that
Mhm.
also comes in cold foil that you can get. And I think that these cards, you know what it feels like? It feels like they're kind of introducing collecting at
Mhm.
a smaller scale. So I think a lot of people who first got into Flesh and Blood, that this might be their first trading card game. And
Mhm.
so they're getting into it as adults, and as adults we have the benefit and I guess detriment of experience and information. And so everybody knows, oh well, this is like the most expensive cards in the set or whatever. And I think that they're putting in cards like this, like the art cards and the product art,
Yep.
to give people kind of like something like low. I don't know how to say it. It's like low stakes collecting, if that makes sense.
Like a low buy-in to also get cool things.
Yeah, it's like I think it's kind of like LSS, like teaching people how to collect. It's like you don't have to just collect to try to make money. Like you just collect a bunch of cool things that are in the set.
Well, the entrepreneurial guy made some money, like you said, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course. I mean, people always make money, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. Just like collect to actually collect. Collect because there's cool stuff. But it's funny that you mentioned it's not all about making money. That entrepreneurial guy is out there selling feet and butt, right?
Yeah.
Cartoon butt. Yet others are also actually enjoying and collecting the 9 pieces of art, which our first majestic arc lightning aurora specialization
Yeah,
on your
that card's really good. It's going to be the promo card, I believe, for the callings that are coming up.
okay. The
Um,
next action, it gives something else go again, but every single time you get go again, it's 1 arcane damage. So if you chain something like if Aurora had like a crouching tiger, then this would
yeah,
be right.
exactly. So that card is really strong because it itself has go again, so automatically get 1 arcane damage.
Hmm.
Then since it's a lightning card, your weapon you can attack with your weapon that has go again, and it also gives the next attack go again. So it's at minimum, if you have the right cards,
Like 3 to 4.
three arcane damage.
Yep, 0 for 3 arcane, and different instances too.
Yeah,
So
but it can scale up.
And yep, it goes up. Uh-oh. I mean, if this is what it can do, Yanji, then you're gonna make an episode saying to ban Arc Lightning, and then they're gonna ban Arc Lightning, right? Because it's
Oh,
gonna scale too well.
yeah,
I'm still having PTSD over. Boo, boo.
yeah.
I took a $2,000 L on three. I even told you I was like, oh, I don't want those. I didn't, but then like I was like, well, it's a classic card. It's not going anywhere. I might as well get it. And that is my timing. That is my time.
Yeah, unfortunate. You can't win them all.
Yeah. Blast to Oblivion. Comet Storm and Shock.
Yeah, that's like the
Oh,
Acilio.
cool.
That's the Acilio rare split card. That card's also pretty strong.
But you're
Um,
not going to use the second one for one arcane damage, right?
so
Probably not.
so sometimes you do. Sometimes, at least like in draft, you just want that extra little bit of damage. But Acilio
Yeah.
also has a weapon, which lets you bump up like the arcane damage on something
From the
based
app.
off of how many lightning cards you played. So the
Got it.
instant side is a lightning card. So if you use that plus his weapon and a blue card, it's at least 2 damage on your opponent's turn.
Okay. Well, I think we got a little Verdance puzzle thing,
Yeah.
so it's cool. Puzzle pieces. We were a little light on the Majestics for this box, so I don't know. But we've got the Arcanite Fortress. That card at full art cold foil is not it's not going nowhere. I don't think the pricing of that is going to go down. I
Yeah.
find it unlikely that it will be worth less than like, a box, right?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think a card like that actually has like some staying power. It's because like every time that there's 2 more slots that they could print Arcanite pieces at least in. Not to mention if they make offhand like a shield.
Hmm.
So that card just is gonna scale with time. You got a Florian Adultera.
Yeah. I would say everybody probably wants an Arcanite Fortress in their collection because now you've got the Skull Cap and the Fortress. Let's say there are two more and maybe a shield, right?
Yeah.
There's potential to go between 3 and 5 big on the awesome Arcanite cards,
Yeah.
and it scales up. So as the game grows, who knows? And Arcanite Fortress also seems like I don't know. I guess I think of it, I say it, and then I regret it immediately. But I'll say it anyway because I started. Like if it scales up years later in like PvE, whenever the heck that comes out,
Mm-hmm.
right? It feels like something that a tank would really like to use
Oh
because
yeah, for sure.
you can go like 5 defense or 5 guard well and 5 spell void. So you guard it first, right?
Yeah.
And then if you're getting hit with like a magic missile or a fireball by a presumable, badass, then your tank would just absorb 2 big hits, right?
Yeah, it's like in all of these like RPGs, MMORPGs, you have like the items that are the best items to wear,
Yep.
and I could definitely see for like a tank hero, Arcanite being like the best that you can put on.
I'm looking at Summer's Fall, and I just want to shout out like Decompose. This says when this attacks, you may banish 2 Earth cards and an action card from your graveyard. If you do, put up to one target aura on the bottom of its owner's deck,
Yeah,
right? And you can destroy auras, and it's 2 for 6. This is additional versatility. I mean, the card's obviously not as good as like Command and Conquer,
yeah,
but it's still really awesome, and it introduces new elements.
yeah. There's also some auras in this set that have an effect when they leave play, but don't necessarily have to go to the graveyard. So what you can do is you play one of those auras and then you bottom your own aura with Summer's Fall. It goes back into your deck, so you can use it again, on the next
Yeah.
cycle.
Call to the Grave. This was a Majestic that just came out. People are talking about this. This is like, oh, it's Entomb. And I'm like, okay, so it's literally the same card text, I believe, as Entomb for Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, it has some nice synergies with the Levia currently.
Florian, yeah.
Because you can use that card with Beast Within.
Okay.
You can also use that card to find some pieces that you would rather not draw, like Hal from Beyond.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty interesting card. I really like it when they come out with card designs like Called by the Grave,
Hmm.
which are cards that fulfill necessary roles in decks, but aren't just like trying to make them super overpowered.
Oh, this is cool. Widow Veil Respirator.
Oh yeah,
Majestic, Arcane Barrier 1, Spell Void 1. So wait. You could literally Arcane Barrier as much as you need, and if it's a really, really bad situation, you literally blow it up for Spell Void as well, right? So you
yeah,
get
yeah.
three as well. So you could, for one mana, you can literally, or one resource, you could literally block two in an emergency,
Hmm.
right? Okay, that's pretty cool. Widow Veil Respirator.
Yeah, that comes in all of the pieces in this set. So
Oh
you
yeah?
can wear like 3 or 4 pieces. Pitch one
Oh, really?
card, block.
I thought that was
Yeah,
just for
spell void.
assassins. It's a majestic though.
Yeah, but it comes in all 4 equipment slots.
Oh, okay. Wrong
The
either.
art's pretty cool on that one too. I think somebody posted. I saw the panorama. You know how like in Bright Lights they had like the Power Rangers on like the three. There's like 3 like Evo armors, and then it was like 3 parts of like a Power Rangers like force.
Okay.
And then this one, it's like similar. It's like 4 like assassin. It's like 4 characters from Assassin's Creed, whatever. They also have the Do you know the girl who's on the Concealed Blade? She's on one of them, I think.
Concealed Blade. I don't remember anymore. Arcane Seeds and Life is the split card. That's I guess a Florian split
Yeah,
card.
super strong. All of the
Rune
split
Chant
cards are
token, double Rune
rares.
Chant token, and gain one life.
Yeah, and Florian has a hero ability.
Yeah.
When you turn him on, then the rune chant, because it makes 1 rune chant twice. Then with his hero ability, it makes 2 twice.
I just have to shout out MJ Fatizio. I just pulled an Earth's Embrace Rainbow Foil. She is so dynamic. I mean, she's one of the lead artists of Flesh and Blood of LSS, like a
Yep.
house artist of LSS, and she created the back, which is beautiful. But just creating this, it just shows how versatile she is. I don't know what type of art style this is, but it just looks, you know, the pen lines just look so amazing, and it's just got this iconicism, this special art to it. I haven't even looked at what it does yet. It says, one go again at the beginning of your end phase, create an embodiment of Earth token. Then, if you haven't banished an Earth card this turn, destroy this. So theoretically, you could literally create a situation where you have infinite rounds worth of embodiment of Earth tokens,
Yeah,
right?
I think a card like that could be really strong in Verdance. Just a deck that has a high number of non-attack actions. You just generate a lot of block over the course of the game.
Why not in Florian after you've received your requisite amount of Earth cards? Can't you get 2 embodiment of Earth tokens and
Yeah, you can. You can
cards
def
like block the 5?
Yeah, definitely. It just happens. Depends on how the builds are, but Rune Blades just run fewer non-attack actions than Wizards do.
Mm-hmm. We got Malefic Incantation, and I just saw Channel the Millennium Tree. People are
Oh,
making fun of this,
dude,
calling
no,
it
no,
broccoli.
that card I think has some real serious power, even for LL format.
Yeah.
Um, there because it amps, it also works with weapons. So
Oh.
a lot of people are complaining about Verdance and LL format potentially being really good because you can use that with Kraken Aether Vein.
Mhm. And it's also full art, just a non-foil, which is
Yeah.
really cool, too, just for the collectors out there. Wait, people are complaining again? It's like oh my God, Yanji, is it a day is it a day that ends with the letter Y? Are people complaining?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so at some point we're gonna have to talk about like this set. And I don't know if it's now. We're between box 1 and box 2 because Rune Rager Swarm was what we got for the common foil at the end of box 1. Going to box 2. Do you remember the elements? We had 5 elements, and we're gonna have to talk about them. I'm gonna
Y-
put you on the spot.
Yeah, it was collectability, playability. I think we did the art.
Art,
We did fun factor,
fun factor,
and then impact. I think was the last one.
collectability, and playability. Hmm. I'm still looking. I mean, I have not opened up nearly enough of these.
Yeah,
I'm probably gonna get on the Rudy bundle like tomorrow or something
sure.
and buy more Rudy boxes and get this and get Rudy's promo. And Rudy probably won't see this yet, But send me a goddamn 9.5 or better, Rudy. Don't be cheap.
Rudy just like has a stack of them.
Yeah, he doesn't care. He's just like,
He just
oh, we'll
grabs
just
the one off the top.
yeah, and anyone off the top. Ooh, we've got a Thistle Bloom and Life. This looks like another Florian card. The split card. Mark pulls one of the artists. Have you seen this card yet? It's a
Yeah,
Majestic.
that one makes rune chance equal to the amount of life that you gain. It's kind of interesting because Florian doesn't usually gain a whole lot of life.
Okay.
Um, but you know, if you do gain life, there's some talks about maybe like a Florian OTK deck.
Okay.
So when we open a Channel Millennium Tree, for example, that card also works. There's a Runeblade Scepter that does arcane damage,
Mm-hmm.
and then you make rune chance equal to the amount of arcane damage that you do.
We
So
went low in the last box. We went five Majestics,
yeah,
one foil Majestic, so 5 and 1 instead of 6 and 1. But the Arcanite Fortress was amazing. So now we're in box two. Sorry, you were saying?
yeah. So I was saying that people are talking basically about how Florian maybe is a rune chant OTK deck, and
Oh yeah.
so maybe you would run some life gain to try to stay healthy, and play a card like that.
Well, I'm sure you could build it that way, right?
Yeah.
And there are already a lot of cards. And didn't they do something with Poison the Well, signifying that, life gain is a big deal?
Yeah,
Like,
maybe.
Poison the Well is a big foil, a big hold foil right now from the judges, right? That's
Oh,
like
really?
something, I think.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that goes to the point of you saying that Judge Pack 5 sucks, right? But I don't know. Maybe right now it sucks, and then Poison the Well is like the next Art of War.
Yeah,
Who knows?
yeah.
I hadn't gotten the chance to play, but is it true that Verdance was proven to be a very high impact, high healing wizard, or not really?
What do you mean by high impact?
Meaning the impact of the healing is like that's what she does because
Oh, yeah, yeah.
salvation.
Yeah, I think it's twofold. I think that Earth in limited in general is just pretty strong. So you just like all the Earth cards in general, the attacks. But yeah,
Yeah.
the life gain, is a big deal, especially when you're playing like Earth Mirrors. That these games do run into fatigue quite often. Sometimes if you're playing a wizard and you don't have a game plan, people can just gain enough life and you can't kill them.
It's cool. Blast to Oblivion. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking of limited, we got to shout out the Fabled Runaways. Let's go Runaways, right? Let's go Runaways. The finals of Rosetta World
Yeah.
Premiere was played by the GOAT, but our boy Lucas Oswald, he took out the GOAT.
Yeah.
He took out the GOAT. Lucas Oswald taking out Michael Hamilton. So our first calling champ for Rosetta is a runaway, everybody. We're running away. All right. Back to your regularly scheduled box opening. Had to plug that. I mean, I watched it. I watched it like on stream and I really, really enjoyed it. It seemed like, I mean, I don't want to downplay Lucas's skill. It seemed like Lucas did draft a stronger deck, but Lucas was also very cerebral about it. There was that whole. Do you remember the match?
Yeah.
They were playing like four turns was around this arcane cussing, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. We talked to Michael Hamilton afterwards, and Michael's like, maybe he should have just let it go on the first turn instead of making the whole game kind of revolve around that card.
Okay.
And I think he like tunneled a little bit too hard on that card, ended up making, a pretty big misplay.
Really?
Playing his shock, that card that we're talking about, the potential 0 for 5.
Yep.
Instead of saving it to do like a big turn because the arcane cussing was on the field, he kind of just tunneled in and just played the arcane damage half to try to kill it, not remembering that Lucas still had the Sanctuary of Arya on the field.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a uncharacteristic blunder, I think, from Michael Hamilton, but
Really?
yeah.
So, but it didn't seem like the game was, Michael's to lose. It seemed like, I mean, I was just about to say that it seemed like Lucas just
Yeah,
drafted
Lucas
really
was, I
well.
think, in control the whole time, but it's just kind of like Michael draws that card. That card is basically his comeback factor, right?
Got it.
And then to use it in that manner kind of closes the doors.
got a flutter step. So you were talking about this suite of equipment. It's illusionist legs.
Yeah.
When this is destroyed, you may play your next aura this turn as though it were an instant and ward one. Next aura. Huh. Interesting.
That's also, I think, some more support for kimono and that other hat that was in. I think it was in Dust Till Dawn. I don't
Okay.
remember the brain hat.
Green hat. Yes. Diadem of Dream State, I
Yeah,
think. Is that what it's called?
yeah, I think so.
Diadem something. Yeah. That's good. That hat might be worth something one day. Digital cycles, second strike. Oh, we got her face. We're loading up. We got her face.
Nice.
We didn't get the important part though. Darn it. Shucks. I could be up. What is it? Is it worth it went down from $10 to what, $6.69 now?
I don't know how I haven't admittedly kept
Not
up.
in the market of the butt piece,
Yeah,
right?
I haven't been keeping up with the Aurora butt art
Aurora stomps,
market.
guys.
Yeah.
Aurora stomps. Blossoming Decay. Wow, this card in foil is just, and the foiling, they accentuate, like here the foil, they accentuate the flower part of it to make it really just pop. I would say that the foiling of this set seems even better than Tales of Aria. It seems like they finally have it together in terms of the non-foils, right?
Yeah.
And the rain of this set. The
Hmm.
cold foils I haven't seen enough, so the jury's out. My Arcanite Fortress looks really great. It looks like I need to look at it further for grading, but what a card. Electromagnetic Somersault. This is not new, right? Is this a
No, that's a new card.
new card? Okay, one or more. Turn them to the owner's hand when the chain link resolves. Costs one or more on the active chain links. Lightning instant.
Yeah, that's a
Get value and then replay them, or not really?
yeah. It's like a kind of interesting card. I think a lot of people misunderstood like how the card worked at first, but you can either use like if you're blocking two attacks on one attack, then you can play that card. You put them back. It's kind of acts as like a D-react.
Oh, okay.
Or on attack, you can like attack with something and then pull it back to your hand and attack with it again.
Okay. I just pulled. The next card was Gone in a Flash.
Ooh, that card I think has some serious potential.
It costs zero. It's a red pitch.
Mm-hmm.
0 for 4. When this attacks, the next time you play an instant card, this chain link, you may return this to its owner's hand. Holy crap. Wait a minute. This is like an endless arrow.
Yeah, but you can do it multiple times. So, in the set, there's also another legendary card. It's the Lightning Legs called Lightning Greaves.
Yeah.
That you can pay one resource and destroy it. And it says that every time you play an instant, or sorry, it says your instants have go again this
Okay.
turn. So every time you play an instant, you're going to create an action point, and then you also bring this back to your hand. So, you combo that card with the Lightning
The
Greaves.
Aurora thing as well. The Aurora thing as well. And then you're pinging off. You're just going off for like infinity damage.
Yeah, and
And
then
this
every
keeps
time
going back in your hand.
yeah, you get an action point, you get to play it again.
And it can turn out into like, I don't know, like an 8 to 10 card combo if you're playing things right. If you've got a handful of instants in this card, it could be like a 10 card combo. And you could use Aurora's weapon because lightning triggers, and then you're going off for like a 12-part chain link, right?
Yeah, I think Yuanji and I were talking about a potential like if you were playing like Briar,
Mhm.
um, you could play something like this in Briar, and I think with I forget, it was like with some other card. I think with Fulminate and her new card, you could do like a 26 damage turn with like 4 cards or something like that.
Oh, this is just telling me more that they're never unbanning Art of War. Uh,
Oh yeah, Art of War also counts as an instant.
exactly. Because Gone in a Flash plus Art of War, right? With extra cards that could be extra. Wow. That would be something. Oh man, it sounds like the beginning of something in Living Legend, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Aurora in Living Legend. Findal's fighting spirit getting reprinted is pretty cool because you have that whole, life total check and
Yeah.
whatnot. Overflow the Aether Well. Yeah, the blues and purple foils. It's just a common, but the blues and purple foils in this game just come out really nice. puzzle card, Verdance. All right, we're about halfway done with the second and last box. So I don't know, man. Are you starting to lock in your numbers? Are you've actually played this set and you've seen a lot of cards and you've
Yeah,
studied it.
yeah.
So you're pretty much you know what you're gonna say about all this stuff, right?
I think I have an idea on the numbers that I want to give.
Oh my God, whatever whatever just I had in terms of the art and
Yeah.
the factor succumb to temptation. Like they don't have these type of cards in other TCGs.
I think it's funny. I was having a conversation with Cody Williams, another
Yep.
member of the team, and he was saying that he was talking to his girlfriend, and she really liked the art in MST, and looked at this set. She's like, "This art's not that great." And then
Oh
he shows
really?
her. He's like, "Yeah, but check out this card." And she's like, "Okay, that card's nice."
This
Yeah,
one?
yeah, that
Oh,
one.
succumb to temptation. Yeah, she looks like a vampire queen, like a very healthy vampire queen. She's got a big heart. She's drinking, goblets of blood. So, anyways, it's a majestic 0, majestic rune blade. It's a 0 yellow pitch. If you've dealt arcane damage this turn, you may play this as though it were an instant. The next time a rune blade attack action card you control hits a hero this turn, look at their hand and choose a card. They discard it. This seems pretty gangster, man.
Yeah, pretty strong. You can use it to give yourself an action point at baseline.
Oh, again, too. It's
Yeah,
like it's the built-in creepers, right?
yeah.
Creepers, something creepers, creeping something.
Spellbound creepers.
Spellbound creepers. Okay. But succumb to temptation, basically, it makes them lose a card, which is sometimes, well, often better than doing damage, right?
Yeah, yeah. I think there's a lot of really cool applications for this card. It does like a lot of different things. Uh, so I really like designs like this rather than cards that are one dimensional.
Oh, the rose there and everything, they're
Yeah.
really paying attention. Aether Bloom. Yep. Another Florian. Nobody really cares about Florian art. It's like everybody's going after the Verdance and Aurora. Nobody cares about Acilia art. Nobody cares about they're not like, oh, look, Florian sword. $3.69. It's like, no, Florian goes in the garbage and nobody cares. Condemned to slaughter, Sigil of Sanctuary, Lightning Form. Oh! Boo. Boo. Cold foil, Hood of Second Thoughts.
Mm.
The hit is still the Arcanite Fortress. In these two boxes, I'm still very happy for this one. That and full art just looks so gangster. And then if you see him like with the chest piece and with the Arcanite skull cap, you just know that there's gonna be at least like
Yeah, they're gonna make the Arcanite gauntlets, the
Yep.
the the greaves.
Arcanite Greaves. Maybe there's even an Arcanite sword. Who knows,
Yeah,
right? I mean, the key word is just to have Arcanite equipment, right?
yeah.
Maybe the sword's not as good by itself, but who knows? Maybe it, scales up with Arcanite as well. Arcanic Spike. Okay. Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of cards that if certain conditions are fulfilled, you get extra value in this set.
Yeah.
Right? Does that go into your whole mindset of power creep, or do you think that if the cards are conditional, then some level of power creep is warranted?
Well, I think this goes to what we were talking about with like Fab 3.0, right? Where it's like unlocking heroes' powers when you do their special thing.
Yeah.
So I think that's the direction that we're gonna go into, where, the game. I think if the game was always in a super powered down state, where the best thing that you could be doing is blocking for three and throwing 3 for 7s, it would be a
hmm
very uninteresting game.
hmm
And then I think on the flip side, when it's Zen and all he has to do is block his equipment and then play Art of War and win the game in one turn, it's also uninteresting.
Let it go already, man. Let it go. Yuanji, let it go, man.
No,
Your
but
team all played Zen, or more than half your team played Zen. So
yeah,
you're part of the problem too,
I'm
runaway.
fine.
Well, anyways, kidding aside, this card looks really awesome.
Yeah, yeah, that one I think
Bucket of Aether
is that the
Tide?
one that kills the Arsenal?
1 arcane damage to any target. If this deals more than 1 damage to a hero, discard a card in their arsenal,
Yeah.
right? But they can, AB it, right? But
Yeah, yeah, of
still,
course.
and then if it's amped up, oh, we got the hit of the case. We've got the hit of the case. This is better than the legendary. Oh, it's getting a sleeve. It's even getting a semi-rigid for those feet people out there. Yes, it is. The case hit. The Verdant's feet. Supposedly, this card was one of them going for $10 at the event.
Yeah.
So yes, that will supersede the Arcanite Fortress full art cold foil, and just being silly, we will open the remaining 5 packs. What do we have left? Pop the bubble. Tongue tied. Whoa, that's pretty cool. 3 for 7. Turn a card in their arsenal face up, then banish an instant card from their arsenal. That's not bad at 3 for 7. Tongue tied.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting as well because, some instance you don't really want to play on your opponent's turn. So
Yep.
let's say if you have, let's say you have like a split card. All the split cards, they have 1/2 of them as instants, but you would rather not play the instant side. You'd rather play, the full card or the other side most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is a card that hits those in generic. Also, like if a Mystic Hero has like a Transcend card in their arsenal, but they don't have, one in their hand,
Mm-hmm.
they don't really want to play the one in their arsenal. It's kind of like discarding it anyways.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Sigil of Temporal Manipulation. Speaking of instance,
Mm-hmm.
right? I thought LSS didn't allow books. Free. There's no more books.
It's not.
They're burning the
It's
books.
a sigil.
Yeah, it was fun watching the memes for a little bit. The Fahrenheit 451 because of all the tomes.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm still not happy about that. I still don't understand why they couldn't let Toma Findal just, be itself. And
I think Toma Findal and Acilio is actually like so like Kano aside,
Mhm.
I think having card draw and Acilio is really broken.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. And as a result, they only allowed card draw in Brute because Brute is still semi-balanced, I think.
Yeah, it's I think it's also because there's that randomness element.
Okay. Hand behind the pen is our last rare. When this hits a hero, turn a card in their arsenal face up, then banish a non-attack action card from their arsenal. And we got another Call of the Grave.
Nice.
Entomb again. We got 2 Call of the Graves. So, in conclusion, just to review the pulls and the opening, we got 5 the first time, 5 Majestics the first time. We also got 5 Majestics this time. Huh. Interesting.
Are you counting the hero?
Yes, I am counting the hero. The hero is sleeved up. 5 Majestics and 1 Succumb to Temptation. So that's a total of 6 Majestics. We got 1 Crap Cold Foil. We got the legendary Arcanite Fortress. And we've got the FaBled, the feat. All right, so kidding aside, it was a cool opening. Getting any cold foil legendary, any full art cold foil is always great for any case, in my opinion. Sure, a lot of these cards will become playable. Really like the art of the set. What do you think, man? Let's go category for category, and you can you actually, yeah, let us know what the categories are, and we'll
Yeah. So let's do first collectability.
collectability. I'm looking at this, and I haven't seen the Marvels yet, but I heard that there's the Marvel, Rosetta Thorn. I've seen the Marvel Rosetta Thorn, which is really amazing. I see that there's collectability, like literally from the ground up, with the Aurora pieces and the, Verdance pieces and
Yeah.
things like cold foils. The collectability is a 5 out of 5 because it's just very darn collectible, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I'm gonna give it also like a 5 out of 5, and I give it a 5 out of 5, even though I'm not sure if. So I think it's no secret that there's like a super mega chase in this set. It's the
Yeah.
Marvel Rosetta.
Oh, I just mentioned that. Yes.
Yeah, but I don't think that that tells the whole story. I think like we talked about earlier, having like the smaller pieces, having the legendaries that increase in power over time.
Mhm.
I think there's just like a lot of cool things in this set to hold on to.
And I think that the coup de grace, right, was that we didn't pull one, but they had a Rosetta title card and
Oh yeah,
Rosetta
yeah. I got one
card.
of those in cold foil.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And that way you can put that like in the beginning of a binder or something like that, or even at the end of the binder just to signify that you fully collected the set. This is reminiscent of like in Magic the Gathering and Legends,
Yeah.
where there was like a rules card in Legends, which would talk about Legends is really awesome. Oh, by the way, here's some new stuff in Legends. And here's an art card that has more or less features the Rosetta art, right?
I
And
have
then
a tinfoil hat theory where
yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna be at Osaka or like in the next 5 years. You can like trade in one of these cold foil Rosetta arts for like an entry. It's like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. You get a golden ticket.
Okay.
But yeah, no,
Okay.
no. I think all of these elements combined. I think it's better than just making the collectability in the set about the chase generic majestic or
Okay.
like the you know what I mean, like the chase legendary.
I hear you. Absolutely.
Okay, so playability. I'll start off.
That's a you
Yeah,
thing.
I think the playability in this set is probably a 4.5 out of 5.
Okay.
And I say that because we're unsure. I think all the heroes look really cool to
Hmm.
play. We're just unsure, how competitively viable everything is. But I think there's a lot of cards in the set that are really interesting, and I think that the biggest, I guess, like benefit for playability is that some of these cards are even making waves in Living Legend.
Okay. So you're at a 4.5, right?
Yeah.
I you know, I would give it a higher grade if I played it more or was comfortable to play it. I'll give it a 4.0 because as a noob looking in, it feels like I would only be comfortable with rune blades because I don't like stacking wizard things and I think wizards are very complex.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
pushes me away. But the Runeblade part, I can play Runeblades all the live long day. I could watch Aurora and Florian like stomp each other all the live long day and play either of those heroes. So that's why I give it a 4 because the other two, Acilio and Verdance, just don't seem accessible to
Mm-hmm.
me. Maybe I'm just like, you know, knuckle dragging, smooth like
Caveman Saint.
caveman saying exactly. I need a blade and smash, and then the arcane damage is just like extra, right? But that's why I give it a 4.
Okay.
Gotta be honest, this is
Yeah.
what appeals to me and what doesn't appeal to me.
Yeah, let's talk about the art in the set.
The art in the set. Well, having like both of our majestics just really hit hard. Like this is just objectively beautiful, rich, complex, elegant. This is also beautiful, rich. It's not that complex. I know why I like it. And you could say it's elegant. So, the art here is just reminiscent of Tales of Aria, which I feel has one of the best portfolios of art in the game.
Yeah.
And less Arcane Rising and more Toa. And I give it easily, oh my God, Rootbound Carapace. You see? I give it a 5 out of 5. And
Yeah.
it's not only for the provocative art
Yeah.
and the TNA, it's just objectively beautiful. Sure, there's some hits like Broccoli, right? But overall, it is a really, home run set in terms of the art.
Yeah, I think we didn't get a chance to open any of the Marvels in this video, but I think that all of them look really, really nice.
I've seen him. I agree with you completely.
Yeah, so I think this set gets a 5 out of 5 in the art for me as
Okay.
well.
Wow. So that's you're rolling higher than I am right now, Yanji. So
Yeah.
okay. What's the next category?
Fun factor.
Fun factor. Okay. Fun. Well, what do you think about in terms of fun?
Yeah, so I think that I can't tell if it's because of the bans or
Mhm.
because of the cards that are coming out in the set,
Mhm.
but the pulse from the community is that I think enthusiasm for playing Flesh and Blood is at an all-time high.
Okay.
And I think that the cards in the set definitely have, a big thing to do with it. I
Mhm.
kind of mentioned it a couple of times where they were printing cards that aren't just like in your face, this card's really strong. Like they print out an Outsider's Codex of Frailty. Okay, we know Codex of Frailty is strong, but it also leads to, some boring, repetitive play patterns. We know
Yep.
that, Zen is really powerful. We know that Enigma is really strong, but it's kind of face up like how it's going to play out. I
Mhm.
think that we're for the first time, they printed a lot of like cards that are really strong in supportive roles.
Yep.
They printed a lot of cards that have kind of unique abilities, and then
Mhm.
I think for that reason, Flesh and Blood is in some ways been more fun than it has ever been.
Okay.
So I give it a 5 out of 5.
Wow. Okay, I would say again that only half of the set really speaks to me, but the art definitely speaks to me. The collectability speaks to me. The, have opening a whatever, a set card or a title card, as well as a chance of getting a cold flow version of it, which I didn't even know. Opening the Marvels, chasing the Rosetta Thorn, even though it's not competitively viable, or at least it's not, CC viable. That's a lot of fun to me. So I'll give it a 4.5 out of 5 just because that's my own fault, but that's also how I feel about
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
I
sure.
need to learn Wizards, so before I learn Wizards, it's a 4.5. It's not more accessible.
Yeah, and then I think the last is gonna be impact. Like, how much do we think that Rosetta is gonna impact the history of Flesh and Blood?
You have a better you have a better outlook on it. So I'm going to go first so that I don't sound completely stupid.
Sure, sure.
I would say that this will have a maximum impact on the game because first, introducing split cards, introducing new mechanics, multiple new mechanics like, I don't know, surge, amp, this, that, banish something, decompose, and that just complicates things, but in a good way. So that creates depth of gameplay. And this is reminiscent of things like, I don't know, flanking or banding or the new things that happened. I know banding started in Magic the Gathering, but
Yeah,
the new elements that happened later on in the sets, like I don't know, phasing or flanking was definitely one of them. Phasing was another one. Just new mechanics that integrate into the game, and I believe they integrate seamlessly. I think that because there are Runeblade cards as well as Wizard cards, like even the old heroes get more depth to them.
yeah,
And I think that things like Arcanite Fortress are really cool. You can see like additional like multi-set development within this game. And the art is still amazing for the people that like art. The fact that art will be so amazing that people will collect silly stuff like this, right? Just speaks to how impactful it is. That's why I give it a 5 out of 5.
okay. I'm gonna be a little bit. I'm gonna tone down a little bit from
Mhm.
yours. While I like the set a lot overall,
Mhm.
I feel like Rosetta is gonna be one of those sets that's really good for the time that it comes out,
Mhm.
but maybe not necessarily just like, you know, uh, not like a game defining type of set. So
Okay.
I think like in Magic, I think a set like Seventh Edition is kind of game defining in terms
Oh,
of, like
both
yeah,
collectability and
yeah,
play.
yeah. It introduces like a lot of older cards. It was an entry point for a lot of people in the game. It introduces like black border foils and core sets, stuff
Yep.
like that. But when you look at it at the time, maybe Seventh Edition's not like the most like super exciting whatever set to play with.
Okay.
But I think Rosetta's kind of the opposite of that, where it's really exciting to play with today,
Mhm.
but doesn't have the same types of elements. So like, it doesn't have, you know, the first time that we're going to Mystic or like releasing in Japan. It doesn't have the first time that we're introduced to like Marvel Heroes, something like
Okay.
that. But I think overall the execution on this set is top notch. So I give it a 4 out of 5 for impact, but that's
Okay.
not to take away from how good I think the set is.
4 out of 5. So I think both of us scored 5 on 3 categories.
Hmm.
We scored 4.5 on one category. and we scored a 4 on another category. So we both, out of a maximum score of 25, we both happen to land on 23.5 out of 25.
Yeah.
Which is 94%.
So
right?
really solid set.
That's a really, really solid A, right in that middle A range.
Yeah.
It's an A plus for the reasons that we mentioned, but this is an A set. There's something for everybody. You don't only have to collect the really, really high-end stuff. You can collect fun stuff, feet stuff, more feet stuff, more feet stuff, butt stuff, which unfortunately, shucks, I didn't get.
Yeah.
And just generally really embracing really good art as well as more in-depth gameplay. So it's a 94%. This is an A set, and we're looking to open more of it on FaBled Hunters when Yuanji and I can actually coordinate our schedules.
Yeah.
So that said, you've got a poker tournament to get to, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I've got a flight to catch. Like, I literally need to leave in like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's it. Oh, guys, thank you, LSS, for giving us the opportunity to open up boxes and enjoy another set. And we're looking to do more. Hopefully, we've landed the plane appropriately and shown this awesome set and given it the proper amount of respect. We both give it A's. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, twiddle the notification button. Support us on Patreon to support the Runaways. Let's go, Runaways. We got double runaway action going here. Triple runaway action. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
All right, we're back. We're opening a real pack this time. Getting dizzy. We're in the Uber. Cart's not off the camera. Let's see. What is that? Something. Swirlix. Okay. Paranite? Oh, Mariani. Okay. Oh, I can't read. I'm in the car. Okay.
Don't read.
What? There you go. That's the hit. Cricky Toon V and a Crobat and a blue mana. See, that's why we get real packs. We hit a big one. You see that, little baby?
Yes, I saw that.
Yep. That's why I stick to that and we don't buy fake packs in the future. All right. This is crap. Never buy that again. All right. We did better. Good job. We got our hit. Goodbye.